Hello, my name is Sarah Miorelli, and this is my thesis project titled Natural Neighborhoods. Spaces such as museums, cultural institutions, zoos, aquariums, and themed entertainment spaces are integral to the human experience and one search for knowledge, growth, community, and well-being. Designing these spaces to be accessible for those with unapparent disabilities, such as ADHD and autism, is a challenge in our field. My project leverages universal design principles in addition to designing for well-being to create a more inclusive space. This is me at 8 years old on an exciting, wonderful family vacation. I look downright grumpy in this photo, but looking back, I know that I was just overstimulated, tired, and beginning to shut down. This Sarah was taught that ADHD was purely a learning disability, something that only affected my education and attention span. However, as I grew up and learned alongside the rest of the world, that ADHD affects every portion of my life, and especially affects how I experience every space I step foot in. All of this inspiration from my lived experiences and research led me to developing this project, an exhibition experience tailored to families with neurodivergent children in partnership with the Walt Disney Company and Disney Conservation Fund at a small community zoo in Pennsylvania. I'll begin to introduce my client, audience, venue, and goals. There are many of these and many reasons I have selected these specific ones. However, I would like to call out just a key few reasons. First, the Walt Disney Company has begun to highly consider design for disabilities and accessibility as a higher goal in their new designs. The Disney Conservation Fund will also be celebrating its 30th anniversary in 2026 and works with the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, which supports and accredits zoos and aquariums all over the world. My selected venue is also part of the AZA, and the Disney Conservation Fund, as well as my venue, are a part of the AZA's Species Survival Program, which helps to support and rehabilitate endangered animals all over the world. This is my selected venue, the Elmwood Park Zoo. It is a small community zoo in Norristown, Pennsylvania, but is rapidly growing and evolving to create a better space for both its visitors and animals. Its key goal is to educate about conservation, and its main audience is families. I'd also like to point out that my proposed exhibition would be located inside of the zoo's new Welcome Center, which is at the very front of the zoo. This is the first space that all visitors encounter. My audience is families with neurodivergent children. This is broken down into both children and their parents and caregivers. One of the main reasons I selected this audience is because research shows that ADHD and autism is genetic. So by tailoring to neurodivergent children, I hope to also accommodate their caregivers who may be undiagnosed and need just as much accommodations. A few key goals for my project is allowing visitors to build compassion for the natural world, to build a participatory exhibition with immersive areas and unique activities that promote learning, and of course, to build an experience that tailors to the needs of those with ADHD and autism. In my concept development, I was very much drawn to the theme of habitat and then further habitat as community. This allowed me to draw parallels between human communities and animal communities and begin to build that compassion. In this exhibition, visitors will explore the habitats and ecosystems that are right in their backyard. Visitors will also look at how we are all a part of an interconnected community, which includes the animals and their habitats around us. This is my floor plan broken down into key exhibit areas. This space is both used as the main entrance and exit to the zoo. This is why I have two introduction areas. That way anyone who's coming or going from any which way is orientated to the space. I also have the space broken down into 3 animal habitat communities, as well as 3 compare and contrast community areas with 1 community area. This floor plan is open and free-flowing, which allows the possibility of choosing, which is key for those with ADHD and autism. I also hope to build the idea of familiarity with the space through the illustrated style that I've selected for my graphic look and feel. In my visits to the Elmwood Park Zoo, I experienced online registration and observed people registering in person. I wanted to account for both of these visitors. First, by communicating to each of these visitors that the exhibition is included in their zoo admission. It is not any extra. Both visitors also receive an exhibition journal, to which I will circle back later. The only difference is that in-person registration will receive a specially printed ticket that is branded for the exhibition. To lead people into the zoo, as well as build a familiarity for the style that is inside the exhibition, I created these dimensional illustrations that lead visitors from the parking lot into the building. The dimensional illustrations then culminate with a photo opportunity for any family that wishes to capture the moment. This photo opportunity also features the logo, the client logo, as well as the dates of the exhibition to continue educating people on what they're going to see. As visitors enter the space, they first experience the introductory area. This simply continues introducing those dimensional animals and the animals they will see throughout the exhibit, the logo, and some text that introduces key elements that visitors will see and experience throughout the exhibition. This content is the same in both introduction areas. The first area after the introduction area that visitors will experience is the community area. This hopes to be a transition space into the rest of the exhibition and promotes the idea of a bigger community, which is key for those with ADHD and autism. Visitors will be asked to reflect on what community means to them, as well as draw what community looks like to them. These drawings will be collected and projected on the opposite side of the wall of the community area. This builds a digital community wall throughout the day that people can feel inclusion and belonging. Visitors then begin to move into the animal areas. The first being the Great Plains with the black-footed ferret. Visitors can learn about this animal via a mailbox that features a zookeeper letter, a digital puzzle, and of course viewing the animal. The habitat is built in an illustrative style to allow visitors to be immersed in a familiar illustrative style, but also a new habitat. These activities are built to encourage predictability and routine and simple and intuitive use. They're also featured in the final animal area in the coastal rainforest to allow for that connection for visitors. The next animal area is the woodland stream. This is specifically built for sensory-seeking individuals. Many ADHD and autistic individuals are different in their sensory needs. Some prefer a low stimuli environment and others are sensory seeking. This activity is built for them. This depicts the woodland stream habitat that features the spotted turtle and the eastern box turtle. A stream is projected on the floor and features animals as well as trash. Visitors are encouraged to swipe away the trash, cleaning the stream for the animals. At the end, they also feel a sense of accomplishment and pride for cleaning the entire stream. The final animal area is the coastal rainforest, which focuses on the golden lion tamarin, which is the most endangered of the species in this area. To continue the predictability and routine, as well as simple and intuitive use, I've featured the same activities found in the Great Plains area. One, viewing the animal, then a mailbox with a zookeeper letter, as well as a digital puzzle. This helps visitors remain orientated to the space and know exactly what to do to continue learning through the content. Visitors then move into a low stimuli and low physical effort area in the compare and contrast areas. The first being physical health. This allows visitors to look onto the zoo's veterinary center, which shows any treatments that may be going on at the time. The area also features tables in which visitors can sit at and learn more about different objects that are used for both our health and animals' health, such as a stethoscope. Circling back to the exhibition journal, in many of the areas, there is a prompt at the end of them. This prompt is based on the content in the area and asks visitors a question and gives them 3 answer options. If visitors select the wrong option, they are prompted to try again. If they select the correct option, a stamp will pop up and they can collect the stamp in their exhibition journal. This also allows for a sense of accomplishment as they can collect multiple stamps throughout the entire exhibition. In the next compare and contrast area, visitors will focus on sleep and the differences between animal sleep patterns and human sleep patterns. This space is also located in the middle of the exhibition and promotes the least stimuli environment and creates a quiet and restful space for anyone who may be experiencing sensory overstimulation. The area features seating shaped like a bird's nest, emulating where baby birds would rest. There also features various books about animals for visitors to read and continue learning while they rest, as well as headphones if anyone is overwhelmed by the noise in the space. The final compare and contrast area is nutrition. This allows visitors to look over the zoo's commissary area where staff is actively creating meals for the animals. The digital touch table interactive also allows visitors to do just the same. Visitors can select an animal that they would like to prepare a meal for, and a game will guide them through the process. This can be done by a singular family or multiple families, which allows for visitors to continue building the idea of working together as community to create something bigger than themselves. Finally, I wanted to look at visitors' post-visit experience and their experience throughout the rest of the zoo. For those who visit the exhibition space first, I wanted to include wayfinding and dimensional illustration activations throughout the rest of the zoo to help prompt them to reflect on what they learned, but with the new animals they are seeing throughout the zoo. I also wanted to place these throughout the zoo to prompt anyone who did not experience the exhibition first to return to it and experience all that it has to offer. Visitors also will be allowed to take home their exhibition journal, which allows them to reflect on the activities that they experienced throughout the exhibition. This is my thesis project. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions or feedback, please feel free to reach out. I look forward to speaking with you.